everybody, how y'all are? This is the initial review of the SJ Cam's SJ4000 with Wi-Fi, and it's a true SJ Cam. It's not knockoff or anything like that, because it's got the little name on it and everything like that. It's in black. I know they've got a lot of different colors and everything available in SJ Cam, but this one's a black one. And we give $88 for it, which is a pretty good price, off of Amazon.com. And one of the positive or extra reasons, one of the reasons why that we bought this one is, well, I wanted an action camera. I wanted an SJ Cam action camera, and it came with 3 batteries, one in the camera, and then 2 extras. So those, and then you throw in the extra battery that I had with the other machine, the Able Grid. Man, I can't remember that for nothing. It puts it all together, and I end up averaging out with 2 batteries per camera, which is a good place to start. This here is being taken with the SJ Cam. I'm trying to test it out, see how it looks, trying to check the sound. There's not much I can say about it. It's a real nice camera. It's got a whole lot of nice features on it. The app, this is the first time I've actually got a chance to really look into the app, and I can do just about anything I want with this thing right off a tablet. I can set it up in such a way I can do time lapses and everything else, and just mash it all in on a tablet, let it go, and go do something else, which is good. This way I can put it like in a remote location or something like that and be able to connect it through low Wi-Fi, and we're set. And I like that. I like that a lot. The fact that I can see what's going on, that's much better. One of the things that I noticed about this style of camera, the SJ Cam and the Able Grid, is that there's no lights in the front. So when you're up close or something like that with it, there's no lights flashing or colors showing up on your face or anything like that. But also, you have no idea if it's on or running or anything like that unless you actually look into either the app or you look in the back. Heck, I've had to pick this thing up, turn it on. I turned it on and off 2-3 times before I realized I better check and look at the back, see if it's fired up. And it does have a real small light on the top that I can see. I can barely see from here, and it's unobtrusive. And on the SJ Cam, on the other one, no, there's nothing. All the lights are on the back, which is a good thing for when you're taking videos. Because I've noticed that when I use the Dasny, it's got 2 lights in it right in the front, and those lights will shine out, and they'll shine on you, and you have little red spots everywhere. I got red dogs on some of my videos and stuff like that. That's not a big deal either. It's just, that's a nitpick point more than anything else. So, this camera right now is in an open face frame, and if you look at the review that I did on the Able Grid SJ500, which is probably actually going to be on that side, you'll see the different frames that I've got. And so this is the first frame. Let's go ahead and test the sound and set that on it. Let's put it into the other box and see how the sound is with that. I noticed that there was a slight difference in the sound. It's a little bit more muffled, but still it was good quality. I was pretty impressed. It almost sounded like it was coming off a noise-canceling mic. And I'm very certainly sure that has to do with the location of the mic, which is on the side of the camera on these SJ styles, as compared to being on the top, which is on the Dasny. And just this location, and I think a lot of it has to do with the programming too, because the Dasny sound doesn't seem to be as crisp as this one is, but that has to do with something to do with the programming, because the last update that they did, it improve the sound. So they changed the programming a little bit and probably turned the volume up on it or something. This one here, I think, has got an adjustment to the volume. I don't remember. Anyway, let's go ahead and shift it around and put it in the box and see what happens. Now, if I can figure out how to turn this off. Welcome back, or I should say, I'm glad to be back. So we're running this thing now in the full enclosure with the little cutouts that are on the back panel. As a matter of fact, this is the exact same case that I used when I was testing the Able Grid. So they are 100% interchangeable between the two, the Able Grid and the SJ Cam, which is good to know and makes life a lot easier when you're switching around equipment and stuff. I'm impressed. I'm starting to really like this SJ Cam deal. Yeah, it's maybe not a GoPro, but you know what? They can't all be GoPros. Some people have to drive Fords, some people have to drive Cadillacs. You know what I mean? Anyway, the app is real good. Everything is laid out in a listing that you can go in and you can adjust every little aspect of this camera. There are a few things that are on this list that most probably line up with the SJ4000, which is as of now hasn't been out that long, and they're still kind of expensive. Most probably about the time that one of these goes for a swim, the SJ4000 will probably be down enough that I can afford one. Because I refuse to pay for an action cam for less than $100. Now, here's the nice part, and this was the whole idea behind getting the Dasney and stick with Dasney, buying a couple of them and everything like that. The whole idea behind this was that now I have cases, I have the mountings, I have enough stuff that I can build my own mounts that I need for the shop or in here or whatever. I've got all that. All I'm going to need now, if something happens, is to buy a body. That doesn't sound too good, but you know what I mean. All I need is a camera. That was the thing that happened with the Dasney. When I bought the Dasney, we were kind of set up and everything, and we bought a second Dasney, and it was dead in the water. Well, that made us kind of gun shy about going back to Dasney, because these things are coming from China, and the wait is so long that it puts us down here. And, you know, that sounds bad. I mean, it's not like we're making millions of bucks or anything over here making those videos, but we want to keep going, and I don't want to wait for this stuff. I have to wait 3, 4, 5 days as it is. These here were one of the things we did. We kind of cheated, because these guys that are selling this equipment through Amazon came out of a warehouse here in the United States. So they had them here in the States. So they put them all in a box and sent it down. If you saw the cans unpacking, which will be somewhere, you probably saw that. I don't know what else to say. I'm liking this stuff. Once again, I can't give you a final what I really think of this particular camera, because I haven't seen the video or the sound yet. I haven't used it much, so I can't say, oh, there's these quirks, oh, there's this, oh, there's that. Right now, as it is, they're working fine. They're working perfect. I think they're fantastic. They do everything that I wanted to do. They're showing up nice. Of course, now this is in a highlight situation where I'm using the big LEDs, which they're in an unboxing over there somewhere on the site. You can check that out. And so I'm not sure yet. But as it stands now, this is fine. In the shop, it's usually under LEDs, so that'll be fine. Outdoor sunlight, it's going to be fantastic. Low light is where it might be a concern, but the Dasney work pretty good. These are supposed to be comparable with the Dasney, so we're good to go. And the nice part is, I'm 2 for 2 on this style of camera. So most probably, the next time that I need to replace a camera because one went swimming, or one went belly up, or one did a core melt, it'll be one of these. This way I'll have batteries, I'll have cases. If I can find just a bare bones with just a case, just a camera and a battery, it'd be nice to have a charger with it, but just a case and a camera for 80 bucks, 60, 70 bucks, 50 bucks, I'd suck it down because I've got everything else. And that's where staying consistent helps, and especially with stuff like this. And of course, you know, I know people are going to sit there and say, well, why not a GoPro like that? Because a GoPro's $400 bucks. A GoPro with just a body is probably $200. I don't know if I've ever seen a GoPro with just bare basic nothing. I've seen these, just the body. Now, whether they're rebuilt or whatever, or new in the box, I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and check all this review out, and let me come back with a few final thoughts on the SJ4000 with Wi-Fi. Hey everybody, how you all are? So we're back again after reviewing the videos, and they look good to me. Sound looks good even in the box. Now here's what that SJ cam looks like, and as you can tell, the way that you can tell that it's an original and not a knockoff is by the little SJ cam that's over here, and I think the other ones, they got the SJ cam somewhere else, but it's got the name on it. Now, if you have a very old model, or someone is selling one, some of the originals, then you won't have that SJ cam on there. There's a time that they started putting that on there, and I don't really know why. I got this funny feeling it had something to do with the fact that people were, how do you want to say, were cloning them really bad. But it's a nice little camera. The only issue that I have with this one is that the chip guy here is real tight, and I can't get it out. So I have to get in there with a little bit of with a real thin pair of tweezers to pull it out. That's not really a big deal. I'm probably going to put a 32 gig in it, and since I got to use it to charge batteries anyway, I'll probably just put a 32 gig in it and just let it go that way. What it's doing is it's driving crooked into the slot, and so when you push it in to try to get it to release, it's coming back and hanging up. Kind of like a bad CD. So I don't know. I'll look at it and see. Maybe I'll trim a little burr off of it or something like that, and it'll be in better shape. But it works good, and it holds good. And this being sunk down like that, because it's down real low, as compared to a lot of the other ones that I've seen where the little chip sticks out just a little bit, it's actually a good idea because you're not going to accidentally get it out of there. You're probably not going to get it out there unless you put some kind of a tool in it, which is good, and it makes sure that it holds on to it. And if I start traveling with them, or go somewhere or whatever, I just have to remember to take a little pair of tweezers with me, and they'll pop them out. I've got a couple other cams that I can't get the dang things out of them either because the things are so tight and hard to get out. So it's not a deal breaker. All in all, they're a good camera. I'm impressed with the way they are. I'm impressed with the sound. I'm actually impressed with the way that the cabinet, or you got the sound coming out of the cabinet. Those are actually doable enough to use out in the field. I can see where I'm going to have to be turning the sound off on them when I'm running them in the shop because of all the noise level. I would say, as it stands right now, I give this probably a 5-star plus, 4.5-star plus, something like that. 5-star plus. It's a good camera. It's worth the money. The other one that I did, the Able Grid, that's a great camera. they're just really nice little cameras, and they're handy. And so, with that in mind, I'm just going to turn around and kind of sign off. So if you like this little review, which is more how it fits my way of doing things, you go ahead and put a little like on that little button down below. If you want to hear more of my babblings, and you want to be notified when they come out, just go ahead and subscribe. And until the next time, you all have a real fine day. Bye now.